around, so it's good to see folks that I haven't seen in a while here at this event. So, hello, good to see you. I promise I'll only talk for about 45 minutes before we pass out the awards. But we have a lot of incredible faces here today. I want to take a moment to just acknowledge two things. Number one, it is hard to celebrate, especially in a community like this, when we have seen the carnage and destruction in Gaza over the last 7 or 8 months. And this is the one thing that has been on my mind from anywhere I go. Whether we're talking about celebrating life, celebrating people who have lived and have gone away, or just being present in community, it is hard not to think about all the innocent men, women, and children, and especially the babies that have been living under turmoil and having to see that pain in their families over the last several months. So I just want us to start this night by remembering a couple things. We have some incredible food that's going to come out tonight, and we all have some drinks in front of you today. Acknowledge the fact that there are people who literally have lived sometimes life, unfortunately, just to have the morsel of food you are going to enjoy tonight. So be conscientious of the fact that anything you throw away, someone in the Gaza Strip would give anything just to have the scraps that you leave over. So remember at that as we continue to do the work today, but also recognize the fierce commitment that we have to have in our communities to keep the fight for greater justice alive. You know, we just finished the month of May, and I have a photo in my office of a young boy named Walter Gadsden. Walter Gadsden was a 15-year-old black boy from Birmingham, Alabama. And I put his picture up in my office this year as a reminder of how much resiliency we can learn from the civil rights struggle. See, Walter's fame comes from a specific picture. He, like many boys at the time, were inspired by Dr. King. 13, 14, 15-year-old boys who would go and fight for civil rights at a time when it was deeply unpopular. And there's an image of Walter in which the Birmingham police unleashed a dog on these little boys. And in one of those images, Walter's stomach is being gnawed at by one of the police force's dogs. What was incredible about that image is despite having canines in his abdomen, this young boy felt and had a face of conviction because he knew what he was out there fighting for. So that's an image that sits imprinted, tattooed on my mind, because it's a reminder that we are going to face many different obstacles and we're going to see many attacks, so long as we are committed to community, so long as we recognize why we are fighting for greater justice, then it doesn't matter what obstacles come our way. It is important to keep faith, have community, and keep your resolve in your principles. So tonight we're going to honor some of the people in our community who do just that. But before we get started, and before I bring up the mayor of our great city, I just wanted to acknowledge one of my friends in the audience today, who is from the city of Detroit, Councilwoman Mary Waters. Now, I got to tell you a story. A lot of politicians will call everybody their friend. They say, this is my good friend, this is my good friend. I'll give you a little secret. Half the time we're lying. We're not friends with everybody. But I want to tell you a little bit about Councilwoman Mary Waters. Mary is a straight shooter, somebody who, when she's mad at me, she makes it clear. When she's proud of me, she doesn't make it as clear. But that's a good friend. But more than that, she's somebody that I know is rooted in community and has a genuine concern for humanitarian issues and is deeply sympathetic in how she operates and navigates her work. So I know she has to leave shortly to attend another event. I can't say it because we're a 501c3, but y'all know she's doing something later this year. But I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge a good friend of mine who has trained me. So I want to give you all a little bit of history. I'm the first man of color to serve as the floor leader in the Michigan House of Representatives. And the first person from Hamtramck to ever serve in House leadership. One of the first people I called when I thought about running for leader of the House is Mary Waters. She was the first black woman and the first woman of color to ever be elected as the Democratic floor leader in the Michigan House of Representatives. So Mary, I'm incredibly grateful for your mentorship, for telling me what not to do more than telling me what to do. I think that's super important. I just want to acknowledge her for her deep conviction and resolve that she's had over the last several months, and I encourage you all to get to know her over the next months ahead. So Mary, if you could just stand up. I know you don't like being called out, but I want to say hello. And if you see Muhammad al-Samiri, my favorite city councilman, he's standing up with you because he loves you so much. In fact, he's one of the first people that reached out when he heard about Mary Waters and her pursuits. So I just wanted to say thank you, Mary, because it's important that we give people their flowers while they're still here. So I promise I finished 35 minutes of my speech, so now I'm going to save my last 10 for later on today, but I do want to call up the mayor of Hamtramck, Amr Ghalib, to come up and give us a few remarks welcoming you all to the great city of Hamtramck.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I would like to welcome, thank, and congratulate some people. I want to welcome you all to the city of Hamtramck. Some of you are from outside of Hamtramck, some of you are members of our community, so welcome to this event, the annual Hamtramck Community Award Banquet. And I want to thank the Hamtramck Community Initiative for organizing this event. And I want to congratulate all the award recipients tonight. This event reflects the diversity, the inclusivity, the collaboration, and the harmony that we enjoy in our city, Hamtramck. We are here today to honor and recognize those people who serve our community with sincerity, with fidelity, with honesty, and with commitment. Those people who makes our community better. And we are here to encourage those people who serve and to recognize them for the incredible work that they do for our community. And we are here also to encourage community engagement, constructive community engagement, positive, authentic community engagements that help solve problems in our community. Not the destructive engagements that adds insult to the wound. We are here to make the positive community engagements the norm and everything else is the exception. And we are here also to empower and integrate the engagements of people of different backgrounds in our community. Because when you work with people of different backgrounds, you realize how much you have in common with those people. And we need to always focus on what unites us and rise above what divides us. Things are not always black and white. People who only think that things are only black and white are either ignorant, fanatics, or they have a personality disorder. In psychology, it's called the splitting, when you look at things that are only black and white. And this is a defense mechanism used by people with borderline personality disorder. Those people who can never get along with anyone and who can never maintain a relationship. And those people really need help. So we always can meet in the middle with each other despite our differences. We always can learn from our differences. And they say, I was watching today a video made here in Hamtramck, and some people, some community leaders are disturbed by how some people are dressed in our community. This is crazy. Why do you care how people are, how people dress or how they pray or how their lifestyle is? This shouldn't be, this is part of some kind of phobia. Let people live the way they want, dress the way they want, pray the way they want, and doing the right thing is freedom. Enjoying doing the right thing is happiness, as they say. So we are a very diverse community in Hamtramck, and we should enjoy being a diverse community. Probably we are the most diverse city in the state of Michigan. And we enjoy safety in this city. Everyone lives safe in this city, and no one should feel unsafe in this city. And I don't want to take too much time. I want you to enjoy the event. And this is all about the people that we will honor and recognize today. It's not about us today. So I want to thank you all for joining us today again. And congratulations to all the award recipients. And thank you so much. Take care.
All right, so what's HCI? Anybody know? I still don't know. No, I'm joking, but the HCI is an incredible organization that's been around for 18 years now. And they do many things, but rather than I come and tell you sort of their story, I actually want to bring up the entire board of the Hamtramck Community Initiative to recognize them for the work that they do, but then to also share a little bit about what this organization does and what kind of value it brings to the city of Hamtramck. So can the board members of the HCI please come on up? Everybody. We can clap for them while they come up. Keep clapping. Claps are free. From the HCI board come up, and then I'll have Best Time. He has a quick announcement to make as well before we send them off. So, Hamid.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to give you guys a little short background of HCI and what we do here. So, welcome all to the HCI Awards Banquet. It is a pleasure for me to speak on behalf of the Hamtramck Community Initiative, also known as HCI. This evening, we will acknowledge those in our community for their hard work and dedication in our community. HCI is a nonprofit organization working to create a safe and vibrant city of Hamtramck by building lasting partnerships between local residents, merchants, and city agencies to revitalize our neighborhoods, reduce crime, and build community capacity. At this time, guys, I want to mention all our board members here. Adnan Gobach, the president and chair, Barbara Beasley, our co-chair, Landon Lacey, our secretary, Bassam Gobach, our treasurer, and Roger Sizzler, and also Tim Price, all of our board members. Also, HCI, we're dedicated to reducing our impact on the planet. That's why we're making a conscious effort to use environmentally friendly cups, plates, and utensils in all of our events and and activities. We're also committed to minimizing our use of plastics and instead opting for sustainable alternatives that are biodegradable and compostable. By making this simple switch, we aim to significantly reduce the amount of waste that ends up in landfills and oceans and promote a culture of sustainability and environmental responsibility within our community. Join us in our mission to make a positive impact on the environment and create a better future for generations to come. Okay, so I would also like to thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank our fire, EMS, and police. Thank you for your service. Our school teachers for raising our youth and their bright future ahead. Our city council, our mayor, for the job that they do, and our Citizens Patrol as well for their voluntary service. And last but not least, to thank God for blessing us to live here in peace and coexist amongst one another, despite any differences we may have. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our great honor to present the first ever Hamtramck Community Initiative Lifetime Service Award to a truly remarkable individual, Reverend Sharon Buttrey, as a founding member of HCI. Reverend Sharon has dedicated her life to serving our community and making a positive impact on the world around her. Her tireless efforts have not only shaped the direction of our organization, but have also inspired countless others to get involved and make a difference. Reverend Sharon's commitment to community service and environmental justice has led her to work with numerous organizations, including the Be a Good Neighbor Project and various environmental justice groups. Her selflessness, compassion, and unwavering dedication to creating a better world for all have made a lasting impact on our community and beyond. Tonight, we gather to celebrate Reverend Sharon's remarkable achievements and honor her with the HCI Lifetime Service Award. Come on up.
Thank you for this great honor. I'd like to also honor other founders who are no longer with us or part of the organization, especially Vera Berg and Ron Orr, Tom Servanak, those who were in the early days of HCI. When we were just a Department of Justice grant, Mayor Majewski had asked us to impact violence that was apparent in our youth, and we decided that we would work to find resources to help the youth in our community. And out of that came the 21st Century Learning Grants, partnerships with many organizations in the city, and also we worked with our police department. We've been through several chiefs. Welcome, new chief. We wanted to see a more community-oriented policing effort. And so over the years, we were able to encourage our police department to learn more about the community and be more willing to accept the help of residents in making our community safe. It's been my great honor to serve. Groups like the HCI don't flourish unless there are people who do the treasury work, who do the organizing, who do the monthly meetings. It's a lot of detail and a lot of attention to persevering toward goals that are hard to reach. So if you're watching more than an hour of TV a night, I encourage you to stop and get involved in the community and get involved in the many, many groups we have. that are for the betterment of our community. You can do something. You all have skills that you can use for the community, and especially our youth. I encourage you to please get involved. There's so much we can do for the good of our community. So I love Hamtramck. I actually live here and hope to stay here many years. And I love you all. You're my family. Thank you. Thanks for this great honor.
All right. Before they leave, I want to establish a new clapping norm today. So, Cesar Chavez. We know Cesar Chavez. Okay. So, he helped organize farm workers in California for better working conditions. And one day, there was an organizer who was Hispanic who shows up and says, for being organizers, you guys are terrible clappers. So they came up with a new style of clapping that had a little bit more rhythm. So because this is a community-based initiative, we are going to also clap in unison to show solidarity with one another, but we're going to add a little bit of twist to it at the end. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to slowly clap once, clap twice, clap 3 times. Okay, now you guys got the rhythm. So we're going to start clapping slowly, and you build up faster and faster and faster. So start clapping once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, now do it all at once, starting with one slow clap. No. So here's how I got to do it. Okay, we start with one clap, 2 claps, 3 claps, 4 claps, 5 claps. Now we're going to do it with no stops in between. So we start slow and we build up faster, okay? So here we go. 1, keep going. Not stop. And we're going to do one final clap together like this, okay? So we're going to do we're going to build up our claps, and we're going to end with one loud clap together, okay? And the cue is going to be when I open up my arm, stop clapping, and then get ready to charge up for one final clap. Are you with me? Yeah. So we're going to start slowly. All right, we're going to do it for the board of HCI. You ready? HCI board, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do this throughout the night, so by the time we're finished, you're going to be experts. Okay, now we will bring up our awardees for this year's event. So we have an incredible group of folks, and we're going to start with the businesses first, and I want to end with people because I think people are the bedrock of every community. So I want to first start up by calling on several of our businesses of the year here in the city of Hamtramck. We have a lot of incredible small businesses, and in fact, one of the cool things about Hamtramck is if you actually look at the studies during the Great Recession back in 2006, 7, 8, and 9, there was a dip in Michigan's economy in particular. But one of the very fascinating stories that are not told are communities like Hamtramck actually had the least amount of economic recoil from the other communities across our state because the foundation of our community is based on small businesses of people that live here, people that shop here, and people that support and stand with one another. So we're incredibly blessed to have so many great small businesses in the city of Hamtramck, and there are so many that you can recognize, but the HCI board has recognized 2 businesses this year that I wanted to take time to thank. But before we do that, I do want to just acknowledge all of our incredible sponsors here today. We have Hamtramck Hardware, Hamtramck Supply, and Hammer Time Hardware. We have Hamtramck Citizens Patrol. We have Boazita Realty. We have City Tire. We have Rimes Restaurant. We have Dr. Khalid's Chiropractic Clinic, El Emir Furniture, Aladdin Suites and Cafe, Juice Box, and Royal Kebab. So give a round of applause for all of our businesses that helped make this event possible. So, our first business of the year that we want to acknowledge is our restaurant of the year. You guys know that we have some incredible food in the city of Hamtramck, and one of the sort of bedrock restaurants that has put Hamtramck on a national profile in terms of quality, affordable eats is none other than Aladdin Sweets and Cafe. So I want to just take a moment to acknowledge Aladdin Sweets and Cafe for being such an incredible supporter of the community. It's not just enough that you sell good food and people come and enjoy it at affordable rates, but are you actually doing that extra step of giving back to the community and providing support, of feeding those that might be in need and being an asset to the community rather than just a place where people come spend their money? So I want to just take a moment to thank our restaurant of the year in that effort. So I want to call up the leadership and the ownership of Aladdin Sweets and Cafe, and we're going to clap the same way that we did a couple minutes ago. So this year's Restaurant of the Year from Hamtramck Community Initiative, give it up for Aladdin Sweets and Cafe. You gotta start from scratch. Back there. Let's give him one more. It's good practice for us. You guys are getting good at this. Our new business of the year. So we've had a lot of great businesses open up since COVID started. One of them has offered you incredible refreshments to try out in the back today. It's the story of Juice Box. So you guys know we have Oz Media in the house. My friend Omar, who actually made a quick little jingle about Juice Box. I'm not going to sing it because it's a terrible song. I'm joking, Omar. But I encourage you before you leave tonight to ask Omar Thabit to sing you the Juice Box jingle, as I called it, the JBJ, so you can understand and get a recognition of what Juice Box is about. I want to bring up Hakeem Adam, the founder and the owner of Juice Box, who brought this fresh, healthy perspective to Hamtramck. So we're going to start the clap. This time you guys are going to do it without me. Give it up for Hakeem Adam and the Juice Box. Okay, our final business that we're going to recognize is our Business of the Year here in the city of Hamtramck. We all need furniture in our homes. Some of us choose not to have any. We like to live a minimalist lifestyle. But if you want to be extravagant, you want to have a couch and a bed and curtains and chairs. I don't like any of that stuff. But if you do, if you like having furniture in your home, then you have an opportunity to shop right here in the great city of Hamtramck at El-Amid Furniture, which is one of our businesses of the year here today. And I'd like to bring up Saif Haddash and Nasser Al-Harbi to come accept the award on behalf of El-Amid Furniture. I gotta help you guys with the clap because that last one wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. So. Give it up for Enemy Furniture, this year's restaurant of the year, business of the year. I don't think furniture stores sell food, but anything can happen in Hamtramck. Okay, for our next award, I'd actually like to bring up the Chief of Police, Jamil Tadi. He's here, if I see him. Oh, there you go. He's so discreet now. He doesn't wear his New York City uniform. I want to call up our new Hamtramck Police Chief, Jamil Tadi, to come help give these next two awards out. The first one is for somebody that helps facilitate the police department to actually go out and do the work of protecting and serving the community. We have had many new dispatchers in the city of Hamtramck, and it's a tough task. We have many folks that speak different languages here in our great city, so it's important that we have somebody that's compassionate, that is understanding, and will find the right resources for people as they need it. So I want to just thank this year's one of our police awardees of the year, which goes to Mark Collins. So Mark not only did the work of actually serving our police department for many years, but he takes the time in his front desk duties to also train all the new dispatchers to make sure that our city has the best quality of service and the most compassion when folks are calling in under duress or need a little bit of help. So join me in congratulating and bringing up dispatcher Mark Collins to win one of our awardees of this year. So Mark, if you're here. All right. You guys are gonna get at this. He's probably gonna go back to work right now. Chief, can he get some time off? All right. I'll be the union steward if they don't have one right now. All right, you can clap one more time. Let's go. Mark Collins, everybody. Thank you. I know we get used to clapping. Remember, we're going to do this in unison. Next up, I want to invite up our Officer of the Year. Somebody who, again, shows leadership in our department by not only serving our city, but also ensuring that on the field we have a lot of folks that get the appropriate training. You know, it's not just enough to write speeding tickets and arrest people. That's a small part of the job in being a police officer. What's important is you are administering aid and ensuring that people feel a sense of ease and calm, and making sure that the recruiting efforts of the department is one that is reflective of the diversity of our great city. So I want to recognize our Officer of the Year from the Hamtramck Community Initiatives. Would like to bring up Officer Christopher Fay.
That.
All right, next up, we're not clapping yet. I want to recognize our Firefighter of the Year. I'd like to bring up the fire chief to join us. If he's here, he's not here, okay. We'll bring up the whole fire squad then that is sitting with us to recognize their firefighter that began working with us a little bit before COVID, actually, and came all the way from New Baltimore. If you guys know where New Baltimore is, about 45, 50 minutes north of here in Macomb County. So we're incredibly grateful to have firefighters with a lot of experience. And do you guys ever visit the firehouse? I encourage you to visit, not all at once, but you guys should go check out the great work that our firefighters have. And I also want to let them know and let you all know that we are working very hard in this year's state budget to get them a new fire truck. So, hopefully we'll get over the hurdle, but before we celebrate getting the new fire truck this year, I want to thank and recognize our Firefighter of the Year, Mr. Nature. Okay, next up, we want to congratulate and thank someone who's a known quantity in our great city of Hamtramck, longtime resident and community leader, and this year's Physician of the Year. I can go on and on about what he's done for our community, but I want to give you a quick story. You guys know Conan, right? This street over here? Conan was always a disaster of a street to drive on. And this doctor could have left to another city and said, I've made enough money and I left, but he said, you know what? I really can't stand the potholes on Conan Street. So he reached out with the county alongside Councilmen Mohammed Al-Samir and Mohammed Hassan to request that that Wayne County's road department finally prioritizes and fixes Conan Road, or Conan Street, and they finally got it done after many, many, many years of advocating. So I want to congratulate this year's Physician of the Year, Dr. Khalid Al-Masmari. Accepting the award on his behalf will be his son. So let's start the clap now. Next up, our Activist of the Year. We have a lot of incredible community activists that fight for many great issues, but there's one person that is committed to justice in all shapes and forms and has spent his entire life fighting the good fight and ensuring that he advances greater justice no matter who or for it is against. Whether it's a friend, whether it's someone that he has a lot of frustrations with, if he sees an injustice, he will call it out at every turn. And he has such a love for Hamtramck and the arts and community and our diversity, and he's somebody that always reminds me to never be a politician, which is kind of tough given my job, right? But I try to listen to him as much as I can and stay rooted in community. And I just want to acknowledge the incredible activism and leadership that he's shown, particularly in a time this year where we are seeing so much unfold with respect to the genocide happening in Gaza. So he actually helped push and advance the first ever boycott, divest, and sanction resolution in the city of Hamtramck alongside Councilman Mohammed Al-Samiri to get it done. We're the first city in the nation to actually extend that. So give it up for Bill Meyer, this year's Activist of the Year. All right, he's the activist. We got to do it right for him. All right, enough of Bill. Next up, this is a tough award to give out just because we have so many incredible community members here in Hamtramck, but there's one person that always stands out for me in the many years that I've been organizing here in Hamtramck, who's this year's Resident of the Year. Works for Global Detroit, but never forgets about Hamtramck, and has found as many ways possible to ensure the residents of our city have access to as many services and programs available to us, whether it's energy savings for our homes, whether it's grants for budding entrepreneurs and small business owners, whether it's connecting so many of the diverse ethnic groups in our great city, whether it's serving on the Hamtramck Citizens Patrol. This is somebody that truly embodies public service in the most natural and organic forms, and he's somebody that for all the young folks and some of you folks with gray hair should look to as an example, because he doesn't, again, he's one of these people that doesn't have to do these things. He's not getting paid to do this work, but as Reverend Butcher reminded us, this is about serving your community, especially if you're somebody that, she said TV, I'm going to say a little different twist. If you spend over an hour on TikTok every single day, or Facebook videos, or Instagram Reels, and I know every single person in this room does, especially the men sitting up in the front. If you're spending time on Facebook Live or TikTok, you can spend time working live in your own communities, and this is somebody that can show us the way. So if you do not do anything today, leave having met and shaking the hand of our Resident of the Year. Give it up for Rizal Chaudhry. Next up, our Business Leader of the Year. This award is going to be given to somebody who I think lives in his car because he spends so much time in Hamtramck. Every single week I see his car, and you can't miss him because he has his business logo on the car, so I know when he's in town. It's kind of like seeing Mystery Machine. If you guys ever watch Scooby-Doo, you know that he's in town. But again, this is somebody that I've gotten to know over the years, has led a successful career in real estate, but always finds ways to give back, whether it's through the Chamber of Commerce that he helped start here locally or the American Human Rights Council. He's been a leader for us in Wayne County and across the state, but always finds time to focus his roots back in Hamtramck. So I want to recognize our Business Leader of the Year, Mr. Bender Boaziz. Next up, we want to recognize our Volunteer of the Year, somebody who lives just outside of Hamtramck, but again, can't find his way out of Hamtramck when he gets here. He's done a lot of great work in the political space, whether it's organizing folks to turn out to vote in one of the most remarkable ways during COVID, turning out Hamtramck in historic numbers. But when the floods happened in Hamtramck, if you recall in 2021, that ruined so many people's lives and livelihoods here in Hamtramck. He's somebody that organized with FEMA to help us get the resources necessary for our community members, establish a satellite office so people can get reimbursed for some of the damages. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge somebody that continues to find ways to serve Hamtramck in many incredible ways. But the most recent one that I think deserves a huge ovation, along with Lynn Blasi, is the work that he's done with FEMA and making sure that Hamtramck was taken care of during the flood. So our volunteer of the year is Mr. Sam Al-Asli. Next up, our educators. This is our final set of awards for tonight's program before we have dinner. And I want to start by first recognizing our principal of the year, who unfortunately, because of a medical issue, was unable to attend, so we ask that you keep him in your prayers as he is currently in the hospital. But want to quickly acknowledge and show respect to one of the best leaders in our community, is Principal Nadir Ahmed from Al-Ikhlas Training Academy. He wishes he could have been here. In fact, despite being in the hospital, called us and said, I know I'm supposed to be getting an award tonight. I wish I could have been there, but given the health circumstances, he's not able to make it. But for those of you that know Brother Nadir, he's almost like an icon in terms of his outfit. Always has a blazer on, always a kufi, glasses, and his signature beard. So you won't be able to miss him if you ever see him, but we do want to thank him for all the work he's done to help build Al-Ikhlas, one of the premier private schools in our community that is attainable and affordable for many kids to attend, for those that want to go that route. And we thank him for all the leadership he's provided for our city. So Brother Nadir Ahmed, who's not with us today, but is our principal of the year. So we will just ask folks to just keep him in your prayer as we continue the program. I want to call up all of the teachers of the year tonight. We have an incredible list of them. I'm sorry, we will do a round of applause and not just keeping in our prayers, but accepting the award on his behalf. Let's give a huge round of applause. Okay, I'd now like to call up all the teachers of the year to join us on stage as we acknowledge them. We have incredibly lucky to have so many great schools in the city of Hamtramck, but the bedrock of all those schools are the great teachers, some of them who actually taught me and have still stayed committed to Hamtramck after all these years. So I'd like to bring them all up together. I'm going to call their names out, and then we're going to celebrate them as they are on this stage. The teacher of the year from the Taubena School is Miss Jennifer Sharp. We can hold the applause till the end. We have a lot of them. From Hamtramck High School, Charisse Humans. I promise we're going to show them love. I just want to bring all of them up so they all get the recognition that they deserve. From Frontier International Academy, Dr. Rochelle Denise Harris. From Bridge Academy East, we have Randy Keith. From Bridge Academy West, we have Mr. James Green. From Oakland International Elementary, we have Ms. Vivian Ramos. From Oakland International Middle School, we have Miss Ira Jamie. From Oakland International Academy High School, we have Andrea Surma. From Dickinson East, we have Karen Swords. From Dickinson West, Eileen Siegel. From Kosciuszko Middle School, Tim Maher. And from Horizon High School, we have Tony Coral. So we can clap for them now. We do have one teacher that, you guys come on up, I'm sorry, we'll bring all you up here. But I do want to acknowledge one teacher in particular who was our early childhood elementary teacher of the year, but unfortunately has passed away. So I want to have a moment of silence for Miss Vicki Curry. Many of you should know her if you went to early childhood as a young person, but or if you have kids that went to that school. But I do want to just take a moment and have a moment of silence for Miss Vicki Curry. Okay, so you all see, and I'm going to move this for a second because this is not as important. Folks, being a teacher is not an easy job. And I know that as we work in my work in the legislature, I'll tell you that we have seen a lot of attempts over the last several decades to cut teacher pay, to cut school support, to make the working conditions more difficult, and to not reward the teachers that have put in the work and dedicated their time and treasure to make sure that our students are taken care of. So I want you to take a close look at all of our incredible teachers here today, because they are the ones that are putting in the sweat equity to teach your kids. In many cases, and we know this, so that's true in Hamtramck, a lot of our communities have folks with a lot of challenges. We have families that have plenty of struggle. We have students that cope with hunger. We have students that cope with mental health issues, students that cope with violence, unfortunately, in some instances. And these teachers don't just come in and clock out, but it's a pursuit of work that takes a whole lot of time for the students. And I will tell you, I'm a product of Hamtramck Public Schools, and I would not be here today standing before you as the second highest ranking legislator in the House, were it not for my public school teachers who invested their time in me and taught me not only how to read and write, but leadership skills. They taught me how to negotiate. They taught me how to avoid getting in trouble. And sometimes it teach me how to be accountable when I did get in trouble. So we have a lot of great teachers here today, but I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge 3 teachers that I had in school, but I also want to thank all of them. But I had Mr. Maher. I used to go to his class and steal bagels when I was in high school. I'm pretty sure I still owe Miss Coral some papers from 11th grade AP English. And Miss Humans always tried to teach me how to be well-behaved, but I told her that was never in my nature. But just wanted to take another moment to thank all the teachers. If I call your name out, just please step up and recognize who these people are and what they do for us. So again, we're going to hold our applause to the end, but I just want to acknowledge them that they've received all their awards. Jennifer Sharp, we have, how about this? You guys start clapping, and then you keep clapping to the very end. So let's start slowly. You ready? Don't stop. Charisse Humans, keep going. Don't stop, guys. Dr. Harris, keep going. You can go faster. Come on now. Randy Keith, on behalf of Randy Keith. James Green, keep Jamie. Keep going. Come on, go faster, guys. Andrea Serna. Vicky Curry, who's not with us. Karen Swords. Eileen Seward. Tim Maher. And Tony Paul. Keep clapping, everybody. One more time. We're going to do it with rhythm. Congratulations to our Teachers of the Year. To accept the award on Ms. Curry's behalf, I want to call up one of our school board members and a parent of Hamtramck Public Schools, school board member Abdul Malik Al-Jaheem, so he can come on up and accept the award on the Curry family's behalf. And this is a reminder to show our respect and recognition for the people who taught us while they're still with us. And for those that have gone back to their Creator, that we continue to pray for them, because education is the bedrock for all that we do. So I want to just take a moment to, again, show special respect for Vicky Curry today, and then we're going to let the school board members say a couple words.
Good evening. I really wasn't ready to planning on talking today, but I appreciate everything that HCI is doing. I think the community needs to get more involved in supporting them. And I'd like to congratulate all of the award recipients. Thank you.
Who's hungry? We're gonna, before we break to have dinner, who's sick of the clapping, by the way? Oh no. That's all right. You're never gonna forget how to build rhythm in your life after tonight. But before we leave, I want to just let Adnan Gobar, who helped put this event together, say a few words before we break for dinner.
I'd like to thank you for all of you guys for coming. And I'd like to thank you for all the SCI members and the Citizen Patrol for helping, and all the sponsors, and the mayor, and the police department and fire department, and for all the teachers who's coming. And I'd like to thank you for the person who worked hard for this event. If you're not here, you're not gonna be happy. It is the State Representative Ibrahim Ayash. He did give us $30,000 for the HCI. Thank you. And I'd like to give him a word, you know. And I'd like the mayor, if he can come in here to give a word with us. And Muhammad Al-Sumaili, and Chief of Hamtramck.
Y'all can clap with rhythm for me. All right, let's eat. I think we're gonna have buffet style. Thank you, Adnan, for the surprise. I appreciate it, but we're gonna have tables start from the back and then make your way. We're gonna keep moving up as we go on. So the tables in the back, if you can start for the buffet, we'd appreciate it. Then we're gonna work our way back. I know the people up front usually think they get to eat first, so we.